I'm going to test fit the new inner rocker. I'm just going to take this flanged area right here and I'm going to lay it right on top of the outer rocker. Roll it into the vertical position and push up. Go forward as far as I can till I hit this steel plate. And letting the body mount flange just kind of help me hold it in position. And it's light enough steel I can pull it towards me and go forward. And just to get it started onto this steel plate. Then just slide it forward all the way up. Now it's hitting right here on the floor pan, so I'm going to have to make a little relief cut right there because I need it to go forward a little bit more until it's flush with this flange right here. Alright, now I'm flush with this flange. Made a little relief right there. Okay, and here at the back, now that I know the front is in place where it needs to be, I'll mark where I need to bend my flange. So I'll bend this flange out and it'll plug weld to this section here. This section here of this end cap, but as you can see, this end cap, there's a factory hole right here. It's supposed to be a rubber grommet right here, but this is all rotted out, all in here. So before I weld my inner rocker to this flange, I will more than likely go ahead and make a new end cap and replace that. So looking into the front part of the rear wheel well, you've got this end cap right here. This is where your inner rocker is right here, comes back and flanges in, and is spot welded right here. But as you can see, this end cap's in pretty rough shape. There's a factory hole right here. There's supposed to be a grommet covering this factory hole, but it's missing. You can see it's rotted down in here, and it's rotted down in here. This is the hardware that holds your fender skirts on. And so I'm gonna have to make a new end cap. It's not flat, it dishes in right here, and it's got this curve right here that sort of follows the contour of the fender, and also this flange right here has this lip that's rolled up all the way across. So in order to have something to fasten the inner rocker panel to, I'm going to have to make a new end cap. And before I tear this one up, taking it apart, I'm gonna make a template. So I made the pattern in one piece, but I got this curve. It's got an outside radius here. It's got an inside radius here, and the radius here graduates smaller the lower you go. So I'm going to take my one-piece pattern and I'm going to cut it into 3 pieces. That one, that one, and that one. And then I'll make the flange, this flange separate, and there's a flange here I'll make separate. That's why you wear a full face shield. Piece wound up too small. I'm gonna have to add a little something to it. that's better. Alright, that's pretty close. I've got this radius right here in the wrong place, but what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and just tack it with the welder, and I'll trim this off, and then I'll shape the radius with the welder. Oh, that was nasty. Alright, maybe I can work with that. I gotta bend this lip up. Okay, so I'm about ready to take this end cap off, but one thing I need to do first is I need to take some dimensions here and here and locate these elongated holes and transfer them onto the new end cap. Then when I take this end cap off, I'll recover this piece right here. This is a piece of 1/4 inch or maybe 3/16 flat stock with the holes precisely drilled and tapped to receive the hardware for the fender skirts. Now I want to try to save this part of the flange up here, and I want to try to save this area here, and I want to try to save this area here. And I can't see the spot welds, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cutoff wheel and I'm going to shave this flange until I weaken it enough that I can twist the spot welds loose or tear them or shear them. Same here, I'll take my cutoff wheel and I'll weaken this area here until I can tear the spot welds loose, and also this flange right here. Alright, I mangled that up pretty good, but I can straighten it out and clean it up. Make it work. So here's the old piece beside the new piece. I mangled the old piece pretty bad. If it helps anybody, when you're using the cutoff wheel to shave the flange nice and thin, when you get thin enough to tear the spot weld, you can see it turns blue. So that might be of some help right there. And here's the this is the cage that's holding this piece of flat stock right here. And it's hard to see, but there's little dimples right here. There's 4 of them. That's how it's spot welded onto the end cap. So I'll just drill those spot welds out and clean the cage up and probably reuse this and the piece of flat stock. Hard to see them here, but you can see the little dimples right there. I'll just use an 1/8 inch drill bit and go all the way through. That should be enough to shear the spot weld, so I can reuse that piece instead of having to make it. So that's what that looks like. That's that flat stock. Looks like 1/4 inch, or maybe 3/16, probably 3/16. I'll just center that piece in the elongated holes. Drop this on and spot weld it back on. I'm going to end the video here. It's gotten way too long, but there's a little bit more to do to this piece. Mainly I will wash it and treat it with metal prep and probably paint as much of the surface as I can where there won't be any spot welding to do, and then I'll drill the holes out probably to plug weld it into place.